freedom. Boundless, terrifying freedom. Like a great, never-ending sky. I know that together we can do this. But if we do, we'll be changing more than fate itself. If we succeed, if we win, we'll be changing ourselves. I guess maybe that's why I hesitated.
The whispers appear whenever events start to diverge from the plot of the original Final Fantasy VII. So this has led some to speculate that in a meta way they're basically the FF7 purist who wanted to make this remake to be a one-for-one remaster of the story they love, and by having Cloud and company defeating them was the devs' way of saying that going forward, they're going to tell the story of FF7 in a new and unexpected way than before. Whether or not this is true or not, I don't know. Like I said, this is just speculation on a lot of people's part. It could be. Who knows, really, at this point. Some key events might still happen, but not in the same way or exact order you remember from the OG, and themes of this alternate story may be different as well. Again, who knows? Again, just all speculations. And if it is, I don't think the devs are painting those fans as necessarily evil, since the Whispers themselves were never really portrayed as such. Think of all the times they appeared throughout the game. Whenever a big event was about to happen that didn't happen in the original game, the Whispers showed up to try to correct things, regardless of if it favors the protagonist or the antagonist, making them a neutral force in the story. Like, for example, stopping Cloud from killing Reno in the church, because that never happened in the original. And future events in the story need Reno to be alive. Saving Era from falling down the stairs, which could have potentially severely injured or even kill her way too early in the story. Stop Hojo from spilling the beans too early on Cloud's true past involving Shinra, or even Barrett dying at the hands of Sephiroth, because again, that never happened, and Barrett isn't fated to die. But now that the Whispers are gone, thanks to us, the players, that means all bets are off, and no character is safe from death's doors. Meaning that a character who didn't die in the OG timeline could potentially die in this new FF7 retelling. Era's speech, Freedom's speech at the end could be interpreted in a meta sense, that the devs are free to do what they want now. They're no longer limited to tell the story in a faithful reimagining like they did with this game. That's why I don't think calling this game a remake was necessarily false advertising on Square's part. In fact, since I've finished the game, I've been looking at the title in a different light. It's still remake, but not in a traditional sense. Instead, it means Square has remade the FF7 timeline. That's why I think Part 1 wasn't attached to the title in the first place. And going forward, any future games in this series won't be called remake. So no Part 2 or Part 3. We might get an entirely different title, like Final Fantasy VII Reunion or Rebirth. Now, due to us changing fate, Zack Fair is alive somehow, including Biggs. WTF? Oh, and by the way, earlier it was revealed that Wedge had somehow survived Sector 7 the Sector 7 plate collapse incident, despite the fact that in the OG game, he had died along with his two Avalanche buddies, Biggs and Jesse. But in Chapter 17, the Whisperers attack Wedge when he tried to help Barrett's group in the Shinra building. Though not directly shown, it's implied that the Whisperers threw him out the window of the building as the sound of shattered glass is the last thing heard when the screen fades, possibly killing him. If this is the case, then why even bother keeping him alive only to kill him in a few chapters later when he didn't really do anything of importance to the story between these 5 chapters? The writers should have just kept him dead during the whole plate collapse incident, much like in the OG game did. And to make things worse, not only is Biggs alive, but the ending seemed to imply that Jessie might have survived as well by having Jessie's glove and presumably her bandana on the desk besides a bed with a unconscious Biggs. Then again, this could just be something given to Biggs to keep as a way of remembering her since she was his comrade. Honestly, I hope this is the case. Otherwise, this would lessen the impact of Chapter 12 in a big way, even though it kind of already has.